Good morning. It's Friday, the 6th of July, and we have a nice, what looks like a bear flag being formed overnight, early morning, and should have some down. Looking for confirmation on the MACD BB lines, and we'll wait till we see a setup. We have huge divergence here. Look at this MACD going straight across when prices come way down.
233, change up.
Price recognized a support area right in here from days ago. Could easily move up smartly from here. If we get a BB coming above this 1597, we'll be in a position for long. Okay, volumes are sufficient for trading, and we've got consolidation going on. Things are pretty much sideways. This 440 is showing what could easily be a bull flag coming up, and then this zigzaggy here. Little confirmation there, confirmation. If this guy comes up, prints above this flat Bollinger Band, we could be off the in the race for long. Off to the races rather. Got nice separation on these big charts, so that means we could go up. We're at this very strong support area, and that's another indication that we could be in for a rise.
Change up.
Okay, we've got a BB that printed above on the 987. That's a positive for long. We still want this BB to complete here, it seems to me, because we've got pretty strong, even though we're separated, we've got pretty strong movement indications down on these big charts. Okay, it's very tempting to take a long here because we had a strong move up and a bulge under 1597, but it didn't print above that Bollinger Band. So we're a bit of risky business, especially with this separation on 610. So we're not convinced yet. Okay, we're coming down to the print of another BB line for 1597 that comes above that Bollinger Band. We'll be interested in long. If it doesn't, we won't be. Here's some divergence. Look at this center line action. Pointed this out before. Steady down on pricing. Center line action. That means there's pressure for long here. It looks like we're not going to make it on the 1597. Zoom in on that baby. He's got to move up pretty quick if he's going to be over there, and he doesn't. Looks like he does not make it. So again, we got a pretty weak indication for long. Just too much still going on, too much sideways action for conviction to take a trade. If anything now, might be looking for a short if 610 closes below this Bollinger Band. Price came right back to this pivot here, to the tick. This is a pretty nice
233, change up.
Setup right here forming with a 3-bar reversal. we just don't have much conviction from the MACDs that it's time to trade. That could change here. That could change here. This BB line, if this BB prints low enough.
233 change down.
Now we've broken through this pivot level. Getting a lot of chop though. Look at that. The news that came out was pretty much as expected, with the unemployment rate holding steady. Okay, we had some quick bar movement here. I jumped in for a short. Based on this BB line coming from above.
233 change up.
So we're in this one for the to take some heat.
377 change up.
Okay, we had the 1597 BB print above the Bollinger here, I believe. And that, of course, went right against the shorter term action of this down. So I'm kind of in the trade against myself here with conflicting information a few minutes apart. So if I can get back down here, I'll be looking to exit. Otherwise, we're still in a downtrend. So I'm in this for the long term. Okay, we're dancing on this support level from previous days, and we'll see if we can break through that. Wow, I really took a hit here, and again I used this down BB to get in, and then shortly after that, this was the indicator I was looking for long. So had kind of conflict here, and I chose the wrong side of it. So we'll wait for the next setup. Okay, we're in for a short, and it's based on price crossing a 50 fib right here on this short span. Also had confirmation on the 610 when he made a pretty sharp turn down. Could have a lovely lady formation here. If this guy comes down 987 and prints below this Bollinger Band, we should be off to the races. This recent pivot here, which
987 change down.
is also a key point of support. We want to break that. We've tapped it. We've had a BB print below. That's a good sign. It's not a strong V though, so can't count on it too much. Had some separation here on the 1597. Would like to see him roll around. Now this is a really good sign here for a longer term that could bounce down. And 10K has been down all day, so that's in our favor too. Got a healthy stop, so we're in this one. Okay, we're making a little progress. We've bumped through this previous pivot. This distance here between that pivot and about here is considered a very reliable place to make a little money. Okay, we had a pullback, and this was an anticipated target, but I need more. Today I'm behind. grind, and that's a psychological problem. But I want to see this get down.
233 change up.
Overall, we're very short today, so we're gonna hang in there. Okay, looking for evidence about what's going to happen. This is not a good sign for continued short with the BBs inside the lower Bollinger Band. Do have a positive look here for a bear flag that would turn down. This is a good look for further down.
233 change down.
Bounce pattern. Still got this bounce pattern going on, although it's better if it bounces is on the side than more on a 45-degree angle like that. Still got a 10K that's showing strong down. This is not a great sign. This is not a great sign, well, especially this one. It can easily be a bull flag. So we got a mixed environment.
3 change down.
Okay, we've been grinding lower, and we'll see if we can break this pivot. Got a nice bear flag on 440. This is not as strong an indicator, more down. The rest of them could easily go down. Okay, I'm closing the trade here.
Target filled.
I think this pattern could take us on along. I haven't had a winner today, so we wanted to get something under our belt.
Order pending. Order filled.
Okay, I'm in for a long. Expecting to get back up to this level. Getting separation under 4181, so we could get some cooperation from him. Just seeing a curling around effect here. And if we get to this pivot point again, that's considered bread and butter for a lot of traders. So I've heard. Okay, we made a little progress here. Got to the pivot, broke that. Probably be a little dancing before we go further. .610 might be seeing resistance on this upper Bollinger. 440 is coming to kind of a double pinch here with the Bollinger and the center line area. Let's see if we can break through here. Right in here is, I think, where the bread and butter is. I can measure that. So it made it up to the 13 and the 27, came back down. That might be as far as it goes. So we're going to close this trade with a little profit.
Target filled.
Probably would have been better to have my target set at the 27, since that's the bread and butter, and I'm on a catch-up mission here. Okay, we're back in with a short because we see this pattern playing out, and now we can expect a reversal, and we're at this resistance point. Got a lot of separation here, so that well could play out. And don't want to get too greedy on the target. Let's put her right there. Okay, the pattern is playing out, and you could have called that a head and shoulders if you wanted. Let's hope to get down to at least this level here. $610 could easily bounce off of this upper Bollinger Band rather than close above. Get lots of separation here. Actually, could have a foot pattern forming. If we do, that could be a nice run down. At separation, some separation on 1597. Here we could see a bear flag down, and of course we've been down all day on the 10K. Don't want to forget that, but of course it's a big chart. Volume jumped up for this short. Volume's been declining in the last 10 minutes in general, but then it's jumped up a couple times. Thinking in terms of head and shoulders, we've got a shoulder here, a second shoulder that could easily mean more down. Okay, we keep tapping on this this area of support here that we see here and on previous days. Pretty strong area of support. We want to break through that if possible. Got a lot of sideways indication on these Bollinger Bands, and here's 3 BBs in a row so far. We need that guy to come down for us. Getting separation on under this guy, this 4181. It's not. This bounce could still help us. Okay, we broke that. Well, we met that support level again. Let's see if we can get through there. If we're playing head and shoulders here, we could have a nice drop after this serious shoulder formation. The head up here. This support level right here is very historic. It goes back many days. We're really respecting it. I think we just took out a lot of short stops here. We'll see. Okay, I moved my stop down. We finally punctured this support level. Okay, we've made some more progress down to a level that could easily be a pivot point, so we want to be careful here. We need some profits to make up for this trade. Okay, moving my stop up. Now the question is, how low will she go? Got a really strong move down on 610. If this BB prints below, that's a good sign. Got a 2-bar to watch out for here. Okay, I'm closing this guy.
Target filled.
I got a point out of it. That's not as much as I wanted, but this 2-bar was pretty disconcerting. And I definitely needed some profits. Okay, I'm going to call it a day. It's 10:30, and that's an hour past my desired trading period. So let's take a recap. Okay, this morning we had a move down early morning, and then a grind down. And if you watch the indicators here, I got global on. Never really had much to go on, and looked like it was going to be choppy, and it was. So didn't have much to do here. Then finally we had a strong down on that 610, as you can see in the lower left hand corner. I went for it with a short, and I had a confirmation on the next chart to the right, the 987, that hey, looking like a short. But then something we'd been waiting for, the next chart to the right, the 1597, which we had been watching with the bulge and then the tap on the lower Bollinger Band, finally sprang up. That was an indicator for a long. So I got an indicator for a short and then an indicator for a long within just a minute or so, and that messed me up. So I took the short, gave it a big stop because we were grinding down, and paid the big price. Now, what should I have done? Lessons learned. As soon as that 1597 jumped above the Bollinger, then I should have looked to bail out. Right in here, taking a small loss, and then when the maybe even changed my mind and gone long, but that would have been a pretty sophisticated move for my trading level. Alright, so then we got into a long position, and I saw the creation of this this formation. Not sure how these triangles got created that way. Okay, here we've got one right here. This is the complement on this formation, and it worked out. You get into what's called a battle of the 50s. A 50 fib here, which is this blue line, and a 50 fib on this second leg, which is right around here. And then whoever wins, it's either going to go up for an ABCD pattern, or it's going to go down and form this Gartley, and the Gartley won. And I got in for a short. Should have probably gotten out here because I knew that this was a key point. Rode through this for a small profit. That was my first profitable trade. And while I'm paying attention to the Gartleys, I'm also paying attention to the MACD BB line charts that we're looking at, and help them to confirm that this is the time to get in a short, which is not easy because there's a lot of chop. Look like sideways in here. again, should have probably gotten out here. Could have gotten out here. So then I knew that this pattern, which is a new pattern, had formed. So now I was looking for a long, because I was looking for the second wing on this Gartley, and I got a confirmation of an up from the 610-987 charts, went for a long, and that worked out. Closed that. Knew that after one of these Gatley's formation works out, and we'll create that here. One of these formations works out, that you're going to have a move in the opposite direction. So I went with it, stayed with it, was looking for more, and ended up with a point. So this first one messed me up. I wasn't quick enough, I wasn't wise enough to react, and that's why I'm here, that's why I'm learning. Appreciate the opportunity to learn how to trade, and best of luck to you. Have a great weekend. My results: I was down 6 ticks. This first one I really paid for. Have a great weekend. Best of trading to you.